Good morning, North Bay, and welcome to Memorial Gardens for an early game this morning, a consolation final between Edmonton Sherwood Park Midgets and the Lac St. Louis Lions. This game is brought to you by McLean Hunter Cable Television in North Bay, Ontario. My name is Bob Obey, and with me is Mike Dershane. Well, Mike, perhaps a bit of a surprise with the combatants in the consolation final. We had made other predictions and things just didn't turn out that way.
Well, Bob, but for one goal after 71 minutes and 54 seconds of hockey, the North Bay Pine Hill squad could well have been in this consolation final. They did manage to get that goal in double overtime and go into the final, and the Edmonton Sherwood Park team is here, but the Lac St. Louis Lions have been flying throughout the whole tournament, and a lot of people felt that they deserved to be in the final, but the Notre Dame squad, the Saskatchewan squad, had come on very strongly at the end. They beat them by a 7-4 score yesterday, and so the Lac St. Louis Lions are in the consolation final.
Mike, Lac St. Louis, I'm sure, is quite concerned with that fact that they felt that they were going to go all the way and win the championship. Obviously, it's not going to be. They're going to take on Sherwood Park this morning for the third place in this Air Canada Cup, and we're going to have the official ceremonies to get underway the finals here in the Air Canada tournament. We're going to have the official puck droppings ceremony by Mr. Meek and representatives from the Air Canada Company. Ken Meek
and Jim Kingsley.
Jim Kingsley. Mike?
The chairman of the CHHA. But as you say, Bob, the Lac St. Louis Lions tied North Bay 1-1 in the final game of the round-robin series, and were beaten out by North Bay by a 1.3 percentage margin to qualify for first place. So a very, very close tournament all the way down the line. Mike Teolis being called to center ice to represent the Lac St. Louis Lion team, and the captain of the Sherwood Park squad, number 4, Jim Ennis. The players shake hands at center ice. Both of those players have had outstanding tournaments. You see Mike Teolis there, excellent hockey player, a small player, but a very versatile skater. Excellent hockey. The national anthem.
The official ceremonies have now ceased to be, and Lac St. Louis will be in the red and blue uniforms to start this game. On your right, the home team, Edmonton Sherwood Park on your left.
I expect, Bob, that we should see a very good hockey game here today. Both teams are fairly loose, fairly relaxed. They're not in the final. A little bit of the pressure's off. The Sherwood Park squad has come on very, very strongly during the latter stages of this tournament. And the Lac St. Louis squad have been dominant skaters throughout the tournament. Very fast. They break out fast. Excellent skating hockey team. We should see a relaxed game in which the teams are loose. And I think we should see a lot of end-to-end action and very, very good skating. It should be possibly, it could be a high-scoring game. In the event of a shootout, the Lac St. Louis Lions should take it because they have superior marksmen and I think superior skaters.
Well, referee Smith just about set to get things underway at center ice. And this will be the last game in this series, brought to you by McLean Hunter Cable Television. We'd like to thank our many friends, Tony Cericia of Cericia Tailoring, Dick Prescott down in the Centennial Depot, Pine Hill midget hockey team, Coach Turcotte, all the officials here for their cooperation in helping us bring you this complete coverage, well, almost complete coverage, Mike, by McLean Hunter Cable Television, your community programming station. Special hello to our friends in Sherwood Park and Lac St. Louis as the game gets underway. Now here comes Sherwood Park. Long pass over for Reach. He tried to center it. It comes in front, and Herto loses it. Now in the Quebec zone, Levine taking off the play. They tie it up behind the net. It's dumped ahead. Center it in front. Right in front, they shoot, and off the stick of Clouston. In the boards. Clouston again. Nice move. Can't keep it in, and it's brought back over the blue line by Innes. Innes, the big defenseman, shoots, and it went off his stick at the last second. Now Quebec hard pressed early in the opening period, being hemmed in by Sherwood Park. Edmonton now comes away. Here's Spink. Hard shot. Oh, that got through. And Spink almost scored. They center in front again, and they can't pick it up. Now Edmonton steals it again all along front. They bang away and they score! Number 10, Jeff Sven, doing a lot of work, Mike, and finally it's dumped in by Pierce. I believe number 11. And it makes it 1-0, and Sherwood Park really coming on.
Well, Mike O'Neill let that first shot go through his pads, and it almost went in the net, but hard work by the Sherwood Park squad. That was their key against North Bay. Hard work, keep on digging, keep playing, force the other team in their own zone, and it paid off that time as LaPointe got the puck, put it on the net. Pierce was right there to bat it in the net. 1-0 for the Sherwood Park Midgets.
And Mike, I think the Lac St. Louis team was only down in the Edmonton zone once in that 2-minute period. Sherwood Park just all over them here in the early part of the opening period.
Well, that's the way they came out playing against North Bay, Bob, and that has to be their style if they want to win. They have to be able to maintain that pace, though, throughout the 3 periods of this hockey game.
Third place here at stake. Air Canada Cup, Saturday. Ruckus centered again. They bang away at it. Now Quebec coming out. Here's McLean. Over the blue line. Neat pass over on the other side for McKay. Center right in front through the crease. And McKinley deflecting that one away. Now here comes Sherwood Park again. Over the blue line. Picknell in the corner. He's taken out of the play. Puck kept in. Now they've got a man loose in front of the net. And it's outside the blue line. Now 2-on-1. Here comes Latre and McKay. Shot right on. Good save by McKinley. And McKinley covers up with the rebound.
Number 6, Ian Hebers had almost committed himself, but then he just thought better of it, backed off, and was able to force the Quebec player to shoot from a little bit outside, and a good stop, the very first stop that the goaltender for the Edmonton Sherwood Park team has had to make.
Buck into the corner. Edmonton having some difficulty now. Finally, they get out over the blue line. Away comes Reach. Pass through, and neat pass through, backhand shot off the skate of Picknell. Comes back to the point to Warinka. In behind the net. Reach. Can't pick it up, and now Quebec comes away. Here's Legros. Legros stopped at the Edmonton blue line. Burnett over on the far side, and Whitnam. Whittam gets it back to the point now. Edmonton intercepts. Or Page. Shot off the stick of Deba. And McKinley covers up on a shot from the short side.
Well, it's almost a repetition of the game that Quebec played the other day. When they were playing against Notre Dame, Saskatchewan, they got behind by a 1-goal margin early in the period, but then they came right back to score. And now it looks like the momentum is starting to shift a little bit as the Quebec team puts some pressure on Edmonton in their own zone.
Very small crowd here today, Mike, and no wonder it's colder in here than it is outside.
Seems to be much earlier than 10 after 9 as well.
Yes, now go back in front. A shot right on. McKinley makes a save. Quebec now in control. Edmonton finally, they can't get it out. It's kept in. There's a weak backhand shot into the corner. After it goes Teolis. And it's intercepted by Pierce. He just dumps it out to center ice. Quebec wraps it back in again. Teolis cutting in for it. He can't reach it. And it's Spink who dumps it over on the other corner. Here comes Sven. Is it Sven or Sven, Mike? Sven. That's what statisticians are for, eh? I think I've been calling him Sven, and I just realized that perhaps that's the incorrect pronunciation. So our apologies to Mr. Sven.
His name has come up a lot as well, Bobby. He was chosen as the star in 2 or 3 of the games that we've seen so far in the round robin. An excellent playmaker. He sets things up, and Pierce, their goal scorer, usually converts his hard work into goals.
Now there's a breakaway pass coming ahead for McKay. McKinley misses it, a wide open net. They don't put it in, it's the side of the net. Oh, what a break for Edmonton. And we'll try and get a replay on that one if we can, Mike. You saw McKinley was stuck out of the net. Now Quebec putting on pressure. In behind the net now. Let's see if we can get a shot of that wide open net. Let's see if our technical crew is down there this early. Here we go. Oh, what do you know? They're there.
Watch Robert McKinley come out of the net into the corner. He trips and falls down. The Lac St. Louis player all alone, but the defense played well. They covered it up. Ian Hebers for the Edmonton squad was right there at the side of the net, keeping it out. McKinley will have to stay in his net if he's...
He sure will.
Good scoring chance for Quebec.
Now here comes Edmonton. Little shovel pass ahead call on the offside at the Quebec blue line.
McKinley has had an excellent tournament, though, Bob. He played an outstanding game against North Bay. We felt that possibly he might be deserving of one of the star selections in that North Bay game. The only time he could have been faulted really was on that goal in overtime, and it was a low shot, a good shot just inside the post, but he had played well.
Now Edmonton dump it down into the Quebec zone in behind the net. They hustle down for it. High stick. And the referee calls it down as it was hit with a high stick. And that should bring it outside the blue line. Edmonton making contact with the puck.
The officials throughout this tournament have been absolutely fantastic. All the comments that we've heard indicate that they are doing a very, very good job, a very professional job. So they're to be commended on their work here this week.
Right, Mike. Now Quebec in control. It's Flannette dumping it into the Edmonton zone. In behind the net, they're in control again. They center in front, and Edmonton picks it up. Now here comes Morelli. Morelli for Pierce. Shot right on. Pierce in the corner, taken out of the play. It comes back again. Edmonton in control. There's a backhand shot right in front. Oh, and number 10, Sven just set up and couldn't make contact with the puck. And a beautiful play there by number 10, Jeff Sven, as he was combining with Pierce. Now here Quebec coming in alone. Legros taken out of the play neatly. Into the corner. They bang away at each other along the boards. Now it comes away. Here's Edmonton. Number 12, Spink. Big center in front, and Bicknell couldn't get a shot away. Edmonton dump it outside the blue line. That's called back on the offside. No, not much chance on that, Mike. You had to dump it in offside, or you might have been caught back all alone.
That was a good play by Silverstone to do that. He had lost his balance. He was caught out of position on the play as his teammate made that bad pass back to him on the point. Nothing much he could do. A good defensive play. That could easily have resulted in a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 situation for the Lac St. Louis Lions.
And offside again at the blue line. And we'll have a face-off outside Quebec.
Outside of Quebec?
Quebec's blue line.
But it's true, it is outside of Quebec.
Well, Mike, this is what, how many games we've done now?
And it's cold up here.
I said to Mike before I came up, I just can't look at anybody without a uniform on the last couple of weeks. Now here's Darren McBride for Edmonton. Dumps it in over the Quebec blue line. Edmonton on top of the puck again, and they can't pick it up. Long pass by Hurto, Sylvain Hurto. That didn't work, and it's offside again. Seems to be more offsides, Mike, in this game than there has been during the week.
Well, it's starting to slow down a little bit. Players getting caught a little bit anxious. They'd like to win this game and end the tournament on a winning note. They've all done very well to get here. Everybody who's played in this tournament is a winner, but I'm sure they'd like to take that consolation final.
Now it's center right in front. Good play there by number 18, White, to get his stick in front of that shot. Here comes Hurto. Pass over. And number 12, Levine, took it a little too far back and couldn't get a good shot away. Comes back to center ice. White for Quebec. Dumps it up, and Levine has it. Levine, long pass off the stick of Cerro and in behind the Edmonton net. Edmonton playing it rather coolly. Now they come away. Off a skate. Called on the offside. As Gilmore couldn't wait long enough, and Clouston was caught inside the blue line.
So far, this game has been fairly subdued as far as the hard checking goes. There haven't been the crunching body checks that we've seen in previous encounters. We'll see. Possibly not as much intensity as there has been throughout the tournament. I meant intensity. My voice is going again.
I was just going to say, first side.
It's early in the morning.
Now Edmonton in their own zone. They wrap it off the boards. It comes to the Quebec blue line, and then Diba has it. He dumps it along the boards. Dumped in there by Lapointe. Comes back to the point. Good shot. Good save. And a shot by McLean, and McKinley was equal to the task. This shot, Mike, wasn't too hard, but McKinley had to watch it very carefully.
Well, McKinley has let a few rebounds go throughout this tournament, and that time it didn't bounce out very far, and he was able to jump on it and smother the puck. Good play on his part. But the Quebec team breaking out very quickly. That's been their key throughout the tournament. They turn the puck around very quickly, come out of their own zone. Their transition game is excellent.
Quebec. Here's Levine. He dumps it over on the other side. Lapointe, that is. And it comes back to center ice. James Diba. Here's it back again. Offside, as number 9, Barker, was that time trapped in offside.
Well, we noticed the Edmonton squad in their game against Pine Hill, particularly during that second period when they were really starting to pour on some pressure. They were called quite a few times on the offside, and they negated a lot of what could have been 2-on-1s or 3-on-1s. They really blew a lot of good scoring opportunities by just being a little over-anxious, I think.
Well, Quebec coming out. There's a pass at center ice. Picked up by Legault. Over the, and then another offside. Mike, and we must have had 20 offsides so far.
At least. Shots on goal at this point, 5-4 in favor of the Edmonton Sherwood Park squad. A couple of good scoring opportunities, but McKinley has not really been tested so far in this game.
Comes back to center ice with a long shot in by Whittam. That's right on. McKinley dumps it along the side of the boards. It's in front of the net, picked up by Innes. For reach. Puck in, dumped to the corner by O'Neill. Here's Gilmore working for it. Gilmore taken down on the play was number 14, Reach, and Quebec can't get it out. Back to the point. Weak shot, that's wide. Edmonton almost intercepts. They do intercept it. And again, Edmonton forechecking in that Quebec zone, Mike, and almost coming up with the puck. Again, they steal it away. Here comes Innes. Try to move around. Nice backhand pass for Gilmore. Gilmore into the corner. And a little bit of an unnecessary fall there, I think, by the Quebec player.
The Quebec team has been like that throughout the whole tournament. They, a smaller team, and they have been guilty of taking that extra shot when they have had the opportunity. But again, the intensity level for younger players, really it's tough on them. They give it all they have, but sometimes they get a little excessive, and that was a case of that, I think.
Well, Mike, it's part of the game. All the teams do it. There's a shot right in front, and number 10, Sven almost capitalized on that rebound. Puck held in along the boards, and it rolled. I remember last night it rolled all along the backboards like that, too.
Well, we've seen a couple of unusual bounces off the backboards. One goal that beat Jim Crozier in that first game against North Bay, or the first game yesterday against North Bay in the semi-final. It bounced off the backboards and went in the net on a really unusual hop. And then North Bay came back and scored on a slap shot that bounced right over top of the goaltender for Sherwood Park. So it's part of the game.
In behind the net, Edmonton in control again. They bang away, and they couldn't get a shot away. As Pierce tried to shovel it in from behind the net. Comes back to the Quebec blue line. They're in control in their own zone. They lose it again. And that must be a dozen times, Mike, that Quebec has lost control of that puck coming out of their own end. Number 17, Severson, dumps it back. Now here we go again. Over the blue line. Oh, he just misplayed it. Couldn't get a handle on it at the blue line and put his teammate offside.
Oh, Doug Picknell had that trouble. He had the puck roll off his stick. He just couldn't keep his skate on the line. He tried, but offside called. Another good scoring opportunity, and as you say, that must be 7, 8, 10 times that the Quebec team has given the puck away in their own zone. Their defensemen don't seem to be playing with their usual intensity, and they're getting caught.
Now the puck in the Edmonton zone. They almost give it away as Morelli has some difficulty. Now we're coming back again. Here's Clouston. Clouston cutting in right of the net. And Gilmore couldn't tip it in on a nice play by Clouston. Now they try and center it again. Edmonton, they lose it, and Lapointe comes away. Long pass over on the other side for Randy McKay. McKay couldn't get it in front of the net. That's back to the point. Taken down on the play. Now Sherwood Park. Here's Barker. Long shot stopped by James Deba at the Quebec defense. Deba dumps it down into the Edmonton zone. After it goes Morelli. In behind his own net. He dumps a pass up along the boards. Nobody can reach it. And Quebec intercepts. Deba again gives it off. Back pass by Lapointe. That doesn't work. And Edmonton in control as they start away. There's a neat pass through center ice. Sven couldn't reach it. Sean Whittam for Quebec dumps it back to center ice. Pass over on this side. Neat skate move by Spink. Spink cutting in. A nice pass by Sven in a shot. That's stopped by O'Neill. Quebec very hesitant, Mike. The Sherwood Park player came from the other side of the net and managed to beat him to the puck. Now they come away again. Whittam on the other side up to center ice. Edmonton just shovels it back in again. Sean Whittam turns in front of his own net, dumps it a pass up to center ice. They miss it as it's off the end of the stick of Settle. Wawrinka for Edmonton. Gets it back again. It's Enos. He's falling and carries it over the blue line. Here's Reach. Reach and McBride. McBride shot off a leg. Eric Legros pass. For Settle, they cut in front again as Legros takes a shot, and McGinley makes a save. Intercepted at center ice by Sean Whittam. Defenseman passes it over to his counterpart for the net on the other wing. Here's Pauget in the corner. For Wawrinka, he gets it up to Brett Pierce. Pierce, weak pass. It's dumped inside the Quebec blue line. And here comes Sean Whittam as they go off for a change. Quebec making a wholesale line change. Pass through center ice. Nobody there. It's picked up by Chateau, called on the offside. And that was Teolis, not Settle.
The Edmonton Sherwood Park team has been well prepared for this game by their coaching staff. The whole Quebec offense has been geared around their defensemen, getting that puck up quickly and going from that defensive zone to the offensive zone as quickly as they can. And the Sherwood Park team is right on the defenseman right away, and they're not getting that chance to get that puck up. 2-on-1.
Here we go, right in front, shot. Oh, shot wide. And Gilmore had a wide open net, and he shot wide. A beautiful setup. In front again, Gilmore couldn't quite reach it. Well, that could have been 2-1. 2-0, sorry. Puck in behind the net as Gilmore missing an opportunity. Nice play there to keep it in by Levine. In front of that, Teolis is wide open. Now Edmonton. Finally dumping out in the center ice area. Two of them bump together. Now we've got a 2-on-1 break. Pass over. And Herto couldn't pick it up as Teolis set him up beautifully. There's a backhand shot. And Teolis almost connected on that one. Now Quebec coming on again. Back to the Quebec blue line. Dump it out to center ice. Edmonton cutting in. They've got it. A hard check there. And a nice play by number 18, White, to take his man off the puck in no uncertain terms. Edmonton can't get it in. Along the boards, Levine and Lapointe. Jeff Sven having trouble in his own zone. Pass up for reach. He dumps it in. Rebound by O'Neill off into the corner. After it goes Pierce. Pierce centers in front, nobody there. Now reach. Forechecking. Away comes Anderson for Quebec. It's McKay. He dumps it in and Edmonton intercepts. Herbers gets it back to center ice. They dump it in the Quebec zone. After it goes Diba. Diba take it out of the play. They center in front again. Back to the point. There's a weak shot. And Edmonton couldn't keep it in. McKay take it out of the play by Morelli. They come again. A shot. Good save by McKinley on that glove side. It comes out over the blue line, and we'll have a face-off with 5:26 left to go. 1-0 for Edmonton over Lac St. Louis, Quebec.
Well, the Edmonton squad has had some good scoring opportunities, that excellent 2-on-1, but they didn't register a shot on the net in either of those two scoring opportunities that they had. Quebec comes right back, gets two good shots on McKinley, but he's equal to the task. The score remains 1-0 for the Edmonton Sherwood Park Midgets.
Pass comes back to center ice. They close in, and turning away is Terry McLean for Lac St. Louis. Lapointe and McLean, they don't connect. And Edmonton intercepts, and now they come back. Here comes number 4, Ennis. Ennis shot right on. They try and center it. Edmonton losing control behind the Quebec net, and it's over on the other side. Nice play to keep it in there by big number 4 for Sherwood Park. Quebec had 3 men loose, Mike, on that time, and back for it, and it's called on an icing call.
Number 3, Brad Warenka took a heavy hit into the boards as he lost his balance and slid right in there, but he appears to be okay. It's true, Bob, the Quebec team does not seem to be as crisp with their passing as they have been in previous games in this tournament. They're missing a lot of opportunities. Mike Teolis all alone in front of the net twice. Neither time did his teammates get the puck to him, so their passing is just not quite as sharp as it has been throughout this tournament.
Puck along the boards. Now they're closing in, backhand shot. Oh, here, Mike, I hit it right in the face, and good job he had a mask. Shot, other shot right on. He wouldn't have had that mask on, Mike. I'm sure he would have got hit in the face area with that puck.
Well, he was hit twice. Eric Latreille right there in front of the net. He got that one shot. Blocked both shots for his goaltender, O'Neill. But you're right, Bob. The mandatory face masks are an excellent rule. It's something that really has saved a lot of facial features. Face-off. Deep in the Quebec zone. Oh, good shot on net. O'Neill equal to the task. Right out in front.
Puck and along the boards. Edmonton intercepts again. Hard shot. Another good save by O'Neill. O'Neill playing in goal today for the Lac St. Louis Lions. Desjardins had been carrying most of the load to this point. Now Quebec intercepts. Here comes Latreille. Dumps it in behind the net. Heavy hit on the boards. Now they come back again. Back as Whittam for Quebec. Dumps it over on the other side. It's Latreille. Can't pick it up. Call on delayed offside. Oh, and it's cleared out before the whistle. Back into the Quebec zone. Sean Whittam. Pass over for Frenette. Long shot deflected neatly by number 5, Morelli. And we'll have a face-off outside the Edmonton blue line with 3:27 left to go in the opening period.
It's been a good period of hockey so far, Bob. A lot of skating. The teams are starting to hit a little bit more now as they get loosened up here. It's the end of the tournament. They've all played very hard. It's tough to maintain that intensity level, but they're certainly starting to skate a little bit here now.
From the face-off, Edmonton at center ice. Here comes Reach. Shot. O'Neill dumps that into the corner. Edmonton again. Taking it right front. Oh, I thought that was in, Mike. I lost sight of it for a minute.
Hit the crossbar, right in the corner. Sean Clouston setting his man up in front of the net just in excellent fashion.
In behind the Quebec net, here's Anderson. Now he tries to start away. Being forechecked again by Edmonton. They almost lose it at the blue line. Comes back at center ice, Edmonton in control. Backhand pass in, and back for it goes Sean Anderson. He has some difficulty, finally dumps it out to center ice. Bad pass intercepted there. Now Edmonton gives it away. White for Quebec. Dumps it all the way down, picked up by the Edmonton defense, and they almost lose it as cruising in there was number 2, Hurto. Over the blue line, goes back for Jim Enos. Quebec steals it. They've got a man in front of the net. They try and poke it in front. Good play there by Morelli to get in the way of that pass. Edmonton can't keep it up. Finally, they tip it out to center ice. It's back to Anderson. Interesting this morning, Mike, with a smaller crowd, you can hear individual comments from the fans this morning. Sounds like a mother there yelling at her son. Come on, Sean. And a long shot. O'Neill makes a save. And again, Edmonton takes the puck away from Quebec in their own zone. And you shouldn't do that, Mike, when you're in a tournament of this type.
Well, they've been doing it throughout this whole period, Bob. Quebec team has been getting caught. Oh, good play behind the net. The Edmonton defense has been very strong, Bob.
Good, Mike. Now Edmonton coming away again. 2-on-2. Pass over on the other side. It's Clouston. He's got a man in front of the net, and a nice play there by Teolis to tip it away at the last second. Teolis going to tie it up along with Thibodeau and number 18, Doug Ficknell.
On number 3, James Diva had his man tied up very, very well in front of the net. The puck came out, and number 7, Darren McBride, just couldn't get his stick on the ice. He was so well tied up. So on that particular occasion, defensively, James Diva did a fine job. 2 number 7s in the face-off circle. McBride loses the draw.
Back to the point. There's a shot by Storts. It goes wide. Edmonton again. There, right front. And a rebound, and Barker almost put that one in on that deflection. At center ice, Edmonton almost picks it up again with Barker forechecking. Now a long pass over on the other side. Quebec seemed to want to try and set up that long pass across ice. There, right in front again. Rebound, a good save. As McKinley came equal to the task. Now we're tied up at the blue line. We'll have a face-off with 26 seconds left to go in the opening period.
Well, McKinley hasn't been called upon, as we've mentioned, to make very many stops in this period, but very many good stops anyway. That time the shot didn't have much wood on it. It was just a little drifter coming in from the point, but he played the angles well. He moved out of his net, covered up, face off outside the line.
Pass over on the other side. Edmonton can't get it out. It's a pass in front of the net, and Quebec would dearly love a goal here in the late stages of this opening period, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it. Comes back to the point. Shot right. Oh, McKinley had a hard time seeing that. So at the end of the opening period, Mike, a surprising period. Edmonton coming on very strong in that period, and coming up at the end of 20 minutes with a 1-0 lead, and I think the Edmonton coach is pretty proud of his players to this point. Mike?
Well, he should be proud of them. They've had an outstanding tournament in the later stages. They really came on strong against North Bay, and they came out flying today, playing the very same style of hockey, keeping the Quebec team trapped in their zone, causing those turnovers, and getting the scoring chances. They outshot Quebec by an 11-8 margin.
Period number 2. Edmonton leading the Quebec Black St. Louis Lions by a score of 1-0, and 40 minutes of regulation time remaining. Mike?
The Edmonton Sherwood Park squad will have to continue doing what they've been doing so well throughout the last game and this game right here, and that's putting pressure on Quebec in their own zone. And they move right in off the face-off.
From the face-off, puck in the center ice area. Sherwood Park, number 4, Jim Innes dumps it in. And behind the net, they come away with it. Here's Reach in center of the front. And right away, O'Neill has to come up and make the save.
A good stop by O'Neill, but Sherwood Park, the key here, right off the face-off, forechecking, causing those turnovers, really forcing Quebec in their own zone. If they continue to do that, they'll get the scoring opportunities, and they will be able to move the puck past O'Neill. They've outshot Quebec by a 12-8 margin at this point, and through hard work, has been their key throughout the last 2 games.
Face-off to the right of O'Neill. Comes back, a good draw over to the other side. Shot, high shot, big Bengal in rebound. Back to the point again. Into the legs of number 16, Diolis, and it's into the corner. Edmonton on 2 excellent shots from the point. Comes back over on the other side. Intercepted, and is dumped all the way down the ice, and that's going to be called back for icing. That uses up exactly 39 seconds.
Well, Quebec's main threat throughout the first part of this tournament has been to dump that puck up quickly, but they haven't had an opportunity to touch the puck so far in the second period. They've been slapping at it and trying to dump it out, but every time they touch the puck, an Edmonton player is right there. And that's what they'll have to do. But if Quebec can break out quickly, they may get that scoring opportunity on a 2-on-1.
Puck deflected into the corner. Good shot along the boards as they now break away. Here's Quebec, pass through, intercepted by Jeff Smith. He dumps it out to the blue line, and it's in the center ice area. Now, they forget the puck as Pink left it behind his skates. Edmonton in control again, called on the outside was Jeff Swen as he was just over the blue line, a half a stride ahead.
Well, Jeff Sven protesting a little bit, but Scott Hancock right there making the right call. It was a good offside call. But Jeff Sven has been an outstanding player. We saw on that particular occasion where he was back-checking. He was picking up his man coming back, and that's what they'll have to do. The back-checking has really worked well for them. They can tie up Quebec by bringing their, by tying up their centerman when he breaks out the middle.
In behind the net. Up along the boards now, Quebec having some difficulty. Ajay can't get anywhere. It's over on the other side. The backhand up in behind the net. Whittam. Mark Ajay intercepted that center right. Bad pass. And a good play there by Whittam to break up that play. Back it comes for Morelli. Up along the boards. Bicknell can't get anywhere. The backhand dump in behind the net, and Herbert or got a penalty coming up, an interference call, I think, against Whittam as he really took Barker into the board.
Well, Barker was a little bit shaken up, and the Quebec player will be called on the high sticky call as he really took a run at him along the boards. That's the first minor penalty that referee Smith has had to call throughout the game, and it is really the first infraction that we've seen. So number 4 for the Quebec Lac St. Louis Lions, Sean Whittam goes off for high sticking for 2 minutes, giving the first power play opportunity to Sherwood Park.
Finally, they dump it out to the Sherwood Park zone. And now Sherwood Park on the power play. Puck dumped in across the blue line into the corner. Brunette dumps it out along the boards, and we got a face-off just outside the Lac St. Louis blue line.
1 minute, 32 seconds remaining in the power play opportunity, and the Quebec team has played very well in the specialty team so far. When they're short-handed like this, they have been very, very sharp. They forecheck, they force the other team to make the errors, and they've been effective so far in the tournament on the when they're short-handed.
Now the puck in behind the Sherwood Park goal. They start away. There's a pass. Up ahead for Sven. Long shot. Good save by O'Neill. A hard shot by number 4, Sean Whittam. Now here comes Edmonton. Sven in behind the net. Shot. That goes wide on a shot by Word. They keep it in. Nobody in front of the net. I think it's difficult to understand why they would do that. Nobody in front of the net at all. All the Edmonton players on the outside of the boards.
Well, they'll have to jam it up. They have had those good shots from the point, but as you say, nobody there is screening O'Neill, and he's been equal to all of those shots when he's been able to see them.
Shot. Right in front, they bang away at it. And by that time, they were jamming in front of the net. Kept it in along the boards. Quebec fighting for it. They're going to tie it up there. It's underneath the player. And finally they come away. And on the penalty box, loose on front. That's an offside pass, Mike. A nice
second goal. As you see, 15 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in period number 2. 1-0 Edmonton Sherwood Park.
Puck in there somewhere. On the side of the net. It's that center ice, bounces high into the air and goes into number 5, near up front net. He comes away, carries it himself over the blue line. Into the corner on the other side. They try and poke it out. Finally, it's dumped out and brought back in right away again by Seto. Seto center of the bed, right front. Oh, what a save! Goulding playing in that now, Mike, for Edmonton.
Brad Wawrinka just deflected that puck in front of the net, and it almost went in the net. Goulding saw action the other night. He was in briefly for about a 5-minute span against North Bay, and then McKinley came back between the pipes. We'll have to see what they do here.
Now Quebec coming away. Here's Thibodeau. And Goulding made an excellent save on that short side on the deflection and just changed direction, and he got in.
Flurry of 3 shots in a row, and Goulding playing well. He made 2 saves, he made a good glove stop, but you can't stop them all. In the net, the score tied at 1 with 11 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in period number 2.
So that ties it up at 1 apiece. And we got a whistle in the center ice area. And that's going to be called back for an offside.
Next game leading goal scored by number 4, Sean Whittam. Assisted by number 17, Randy McCabe, and number 7, Terry McLean.
Love the face-off. Come back into the Edmonton zone. They bang that down the ice. That's the big goal back away.
Sean Whittam. By the way, number 7, Randy McCabe.
The public address system is announcing the goal. Sean Whittam, number 4, the big defenseman, got that goal, assisted by McKay and McLean. Now, McKay and McLean were instrumental throughout that whole episode. They were forechecking, working extremely hard in the Edmonton zone, and they caused that turnover. And Whittam right there. Whittam on the point now, getting ready, waiting for number 14, Robert Paget, to get the draw. He does, and the shot just wide.
Puck comes all the way out to center ice. Quebec backing up into their own zone. Pass over for Whittam on the other side. He scored the tying goal for Laxner Louis. Now a neat pass through for number 7, McBride. McBride tried to center us back for that, and that didn't work. There's a shot right on. Having some difficulty with it. O'Neill. Pass through center ice on the skate. All back on the outside. A good call by the linesman, Mike.
Well, he was right there. Just Sven breaking, and the Quebec player didn't see him in time, and as a result, the two-line pass results. But Sean Whittam getting the go-ahead, or the tying goal rather, and then coming right back and making a good defensive play in the Quebec zone. He has been a standout throughout the tournament. One of the most valuable players as far as the Quebec Lions team is concerned.
Up the face-off. Now they start away, puck along the boards. It's shoveled back in. Up over the board, over the blue line by David Reach. Now Edmonton got a man free on the blue line, can't keep it in. And Storch has some difficulty. Here comes Virgil. And he lost control in behind the net. Edmonton. Now number 16, Mike Gilmore. Gilmore has the puck taken away from him, and a nice play by Denis Levine. Back at center ice. Here comes Storch. He's coming in all alone. Storch. Backhand pass over the other side and shoot. Oh, a nice play there. Quebec number 5 to the net. Now back comes Tiolis. Tiolis losing the puck to Enos. Enos. Buried in his own zone. That nice pass out through, intercepted by Darryl Fournette. Fournette taking over the play.
With the first 8 people, please report to the first aid room. With the first 8 people, please
Down the
report
puck.
to the first aid
Down the
room.
blue line. It's backhanded out by Jeff Sven. And a shot right down as Edmonton looking for a line change. Lac St. Louis. Pass through. That's failed to click. Off a rebound and then get it back again. And behind the net. Edmonton now. This seems in desperation to try to be clearing it out. Borelli taken down along the boards. Hit along the boards. In behind the net. They're going to get a whistle. There's 9:26 left to go here in the second period.
And Bob, for the first time in the game, the Quebec St. Louis Lions are back-checking. We've heard them say that in their own league, they're a high-scoring team, and in fact, a lot of their games are high-scoring games, and they have not been noted for their back-checking throughout this tournament so far. They're content to let their defense do the work, but in a national tournament like this, where you're playing the top teams in the country, that's just not good enough. Your forwards have to back-check. They have to come back. We've seen Mike Tiolis, he's able to do it, and it appears as if they're starting to do it now. They're coming back a little bit more. Consequently, they're taking that 2-on-1 situation, the 3-on-1 situation, away from the Edmonton squad.
Comes back to the point. There's a hard shot just wide. And Forcetto, he centers it in front. Comes back with him. He has the goal for Quebec. And it's dumped out to center ice, and Lac St. Louis has to go back for it. There's a neat pass through. Now, Edmonton cutting in a shot, weak shot. Backhand shot, and a good save there by O'Neill, but the shot wasn't too hard. Coming back again. Time over top of the net. It's cleared out. After it goes Krustin. And Spink doing the push, looking to center in front of the net. And Sven can pick it up. Lac St. Louis over on the other side. Now Edmonton seems to be putting on the pressure. And behind the net, Pierce working away for it, tries to get it back to the point. He does. Weak shot kept in. He center right good.
Exactly what you said before, Bob. In order for Edmonton to get that go-ahead goal, to make that shot effective from the point, they had to jam up in front of the net. Now watch the players in front of the net. No one there now. Number 10 will move in front of the net. Good hard work. It comes back to the point. Now take a look. There's the players pushing and shoving in front of the net. Perfect screen shot. Number 11, Pierce making no mistake. Shooting through a maze of players. 2-1 Edmonton on a good screen shot from right in the slot.
So Edmonton goes ahead again for the second time in the game. Over the blue line, a call on the offside as McLean let a shot go. 8:17 left in period number 2. 2-1 for the Edmonton Sherwood Park Midgets over the Quebec Lac St. Louis Lions. There's a deflection.
Sherwood Park goal scored by number 11,
Behind the net.
Pierce. Assisted by number 10, Jeff Sven.
Now, Edmonton, on a supplementary play. Here comes Innes and it's called on the outside.
Number 4.
Like Quebec seemed to have the pressure on half that second period, and then just about the 10 minute mark, a little bit of pressure by Edmonton results in a goal. What does that do to the team?
Well, it's kind of deflating for the Quebec squad. They have been back-checking. They have been doing things right. Even when Edmonton was in their own zone, they kept them outside, but then they weren't successful. Edmonton, again, hard work the key, blocking the front of the crease, and Pierce gets the goal.
Now the puck in the corner. Verenko trying to center in front. Quebec comes up with control. Comes all the way back to the blue line. Morelli. And it bounces over the glass. Off an Edmonton stick, and the face-off will be outside the blue line with 7:45 left in period number 2.
Well, number 11, Pierce has been one of the leading scorers for the Edmonton squad throughout the year, and again, he has their only 2 goals in this tournament. Enos and Sven getting the assists. Jeff Sven also a standout throughout the tournament, picking up assists on both of those goals.
Now back at center ice. They dump it in. It's all the way down into the Quebec zone. After it goes Thibodeau. Thibodeau loses it. In behind on the other side. Forechecking there is Clouston. He is being watched by Diba. And the puck goes back to the other side. Herbers cutting in. He fixes it. He gets it. Big Herbers dumps it into the corner for Edmonton. Comes back and Louis just dumps it down to the end of the blue line. Outside, now the man is trapped in Austin. Alright, finally they get him out. And number 17, again, just a half a stride over the blue line.
Well, I like St. Louis fans in the stands objecting a little bit to that call, but it wasn't number 22, Sean Anderson, as you say, who was offside. He did get back out. Number 17, Randy McKay, just a little bit anxious, and he broke in offside. 6 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in period number 2. 2-1 for the Edmonton Sherwood Park Midgets.
Lots of activity around us, Mike, as CTV is setting up behind us for the live telecast at 2 o'clock this afternoon on the CTV National Network.
The big guys.
The big guys. I don't know. We've done a pretty good job, Michael, our technical crew, for remembering that they're all volunteers. You know, I haven't seen a better job done by many other television crews. We've had our minor problems, but they've been solved very quickly. Excellent camera work. And a shot right on the net. And it's underneath number 7, Darren McBride. So to continue on that note, Mike, an excellent job here by the many volunteers that we've been under. We're going to try and get a list of names for you. It's going to take us a half an hour to read them. There's 35 to 40 volunteers brought you this game. Just tremendous cooperation organized by Roger Cross, Steve Newman, and James Lamb down at McLean Hunter, and just a great opportunity. Lots of experience for many people, and a fine job done by our many volunteers. There's a shot, good save, rebound. And Edmonton starts away again. Here's Darren McBride. Pass over for Spink. It comes back to the point. They keep it in just. And now it comes away 2-on-1. Not a good play there by Morelli to dump it into the corner. Now there's a man loose in front of the net all alone. And Herbert gets back on a good play just at the last minute to take his man out from the front of the net as he was wide open.
Ian Hebers did the only thing he could do, did it very well, took the Quebec player right off the puck. Good defensive play. Quebec breaking out again.
Here they come over the blue line. Hurtel, weak shot it. And it's going to be covered up. And big Ian Herbers, Mike, I would say has to be the hero on that one. He took his man out from the front of that net.
No question about that. The Quebec player was all alone with the puck on his stick, just waiting for the goaltender Goulding to commit himself. Goulding did commit himself. He was down on the plate, and then Hebers was there to nullify an excellent scoring opportunity.
There you see the Edmonton bench, and the shot just goes wide of the net. Over on the other side, right wing. Now they come away. Here's a pass through. A nice check there by number 3, Diba, to stop his man from going through. And number 8, Clouston, is very slow to get up. He's hurt on the play. Going to the bench, trying to get to the bench. Quebec coming back again. There's Teolis. He's a real skater. They get it back to the point. Oh, the end shot. Over top of the net. It comes all the way back up the ice.
Number 18, Doug Picklo, just getting his stick on that puck to deflect it over the net. Bob, to add to those list of credits, those names that you were mentioning earlier, I'd like at this time to offer special congratulations to our co-workers up here, Vince Calachuri and John McLean. They've done an excellent job, both graduates of the Cable 12 broadcasting course, and I'm sure that they have a great future in broadcasting, and they'd be a credit to anywhere where they're able to get a job in the broadcasting field. Both excellent sportscasters with a big future ahead of them. So again, our congratulations to Vince and John.
Right, and the face-off to the right of Cooper. I had my car turned around.
Technical difficulty.
And that is to the left as you hand the card backwards. Now the puck dumped up over the blue line neatly by Brett Pierce. It's back into the Quebec zone. They wrap it around the boards. Diva. That was Rika. Sorry, wrong team, wrong number. In front of the net. They bounce away at it. They shovel at it, and it took a bounce off the skate. And it almost got in past Mike O'Neill.
Good stuff by Mike O'Neill. He's been sharp throughout the tournament. And the replay of this. Now watch O'Neill in the when he covers the angles well, he's on it, covers it up, does not let a rebound go, and that's what he has to do. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in period number 2.
And the face-off to the right of O'Neill. Over on the other side. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second period. So 2-1 for the Sherwood Park Midgets for the Lac St. Louis Lions. As the second period draws to an end, just a reminder to people watching, if we end up in a tie after regulation time, we play a 10-minute overtime period. Failing to score at that time, we will play then a sudden victory overtime period, or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever is necessary. Now Quebec closing in again. Comes back to the point for White. A shot. The point, they center in front. Oh, just missed a wide open net. Another shot deflected in front of the net. And that shot almost went in. A long pass out at center ice. White going back for those. It's going to be called back for icing. And if we can get a replay on that, Mike, you'll see that hard shot from the left point didn't miss by very much.
No, but again, we'll have to stress, and I'd like to stress for all of the younger players who are watching the game, that number 4, Sean Woodham, when he had the puck on his stick, he had a cluster of players in front of the net. When he elected to let the shot go high, it was over the net, over the boards, it hit the glass. It sounds good, it looks pretty good, but it's not a very effective move. If the puck is low along the ice, it can be deflected, there can be a rebound, so the low shot is much, much more effective than that high screaming slap shot from the point.
There's another offside. The puck bounces offside the glass and into the crowd. I guess that's an offside, right? And the face-off near the center ice area. Good shot of the draw. Edmonton in control. They lose it at center ice. Now they come back. Here's Fink. Dumps it in for Reach. Reach for Sherwood Park. Center that in front of the net, and it goes to the Quebec defense. Here's the back up for Teolis. Teolis, nice move. He gets it back again. Shot. That goes wide. And Quebec almost dumped that one in. Teolis' shot went wide, but it came back to the corner of the net. Quebec keeps it in again. Now they're pushing again. Back to an open right wing, right point, nobody there. Over the blue line, Cerro dumps it in, he gets it back again. And he has it taken away by Brett Pierce. Pierce wins the fight against Cerro and dumps it down to the Quebec blue line. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in period number 2. Leroux can't get anywhere, and Edmonton comes up with it. Here comes Big Heber. He's hooked on the play. Not big enough to take down, but it's slowed him up a little bit. Good, clean hockey game here today between these two teams. None of the real chippiness that's been evident in some of the other games. Both teams playing it clear, close to the best, and clean. Up along the boards. Edmonton now, neat pass in front end and lost his balance. And Sven couldn't get a shot away. 3 on 2. Here comes Teolis. Nice back pass to Giroux. And a shot over the top of the net. Good setup by Teolis. Puck out on the blue line. Now Edmonton, 3 on 2. Here's Sven over the blue line. Sven got a man loose. They're cutting in. Rebound. It's underneath the defenseman, and they bang away at it. So both teams having their opportunities here, and they can't keep it in with 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the second period. Called on the outside. Mike, and if we can back that one up again, we can see how close that one was into going in.
That's the second time in the tournament the defenseman has done that. We noticed in one particular game against Northview, the defenseman was lying on the puck in front of the net. He got up to see where it was, and bang, it was in the net. And almost a repetition of that. James Devo on the puck in front of the net. And then he gets up and lets the puck out, and almost in the net by Sherwood Park. Now watch, the puck is underneath here. He'll get up to see where it is, and boom, the Sherwood Park player is ever opportunistic, almost putting it in the net. But the score remains at 2-1 for Edmonton Sherwood Park.
Now the puck in the Sherwood Park zone, in behind the net. Teolis still out there. McBride for Edmonton. Tries to dump it along the boards. That doesn't work. Now he decides he's going to hold it. And with 1:19 left to go, we get a face-off to the right of Brian Goulding. Well, for Quebec getting into this point in the tournament. Now in behind the net. Comes out to the point. Shot around deflection. Last minute to go in the opening second period. Teolis behind the net. Little shovel pass. And Goulding dumps it away again. Now Quebec putting on the pressure. In behind the net, Teolis always around that net. Mike, he just seems to have a handle on that puck, and he's always has it. Now, Edmonton shot right on. Good move with 35 seconds to go. If it would have been off target, it might not have been a good move. Here they come, Teolis. They're calling for a doctor, Mike, and one of the Edmonton players you remember limped off the ice, and I hope that's not for him.
Well, it could well be, Bob. He was the victim of an excellent hip check. We haven't seen too many of those good hip checks, but the Quebec player just stuck out the hip and took the legs right out from under him, and he had some difficulty getting to the bench. And in those cases, it's usually a leg or a knee injury, and they have to be taken care of. You have to look at those right away. So let's hope that it's not anything serious, because you'd hate to see a player get injured this late in the tournament.
From the face-off. In behind the net with 12 seconds left to go in the second period. It's 2-1 for Edmonton. There's a shot deflecting off 3 or 4 people and backhands in front of the net. Into the corner. 2 seconds left. That's going to be the end of the second period. So here, at the end of period number 2, Sherwood Park scores in the second period to take a 2-1 lead over the Lac St. Louis team from Quebec. So, Mike, still the same kind of period as the opening period. Advantage seems to be swinging back and forth between one team and the other. Quebec seemed to have the upper hand in the early part of the period, and Edmonton just taking that one opportunity and making it 2-1.
Well, Bob, as you know, it's the last hockey game of the year for both of these clubs. This is it. They both like to go out by giving it a fine effort, a very strong effort. They exchanged goals in that period. Whittam got the first goal at the 8-minute 4-second mark for Quebec to tie it up. McKay and McLean assisted that on an excellent passing play, good hard work in their zone. And then Pierce came back with his second goal of the game at the 11-minute 20-second mark for Munis and Sven to put Edmonton in the go-ahead position with a 2-1 margin.
Well, Mike, we'll be right back with the third period for you in just a moment. To the 2 winners of the $1,000 scholarship championships player, A50C Dodge Passenger. into the third and perhaps final period here of the consolation game.
And it has been a good game so far. The Quebec team breaking out fast as we expected they would, but not back-checking, not coming back to pick up their players. Edmonton, Sherwood Park capitalizing on mistakes, forcing the Quebec team to make mistakes in their own zone. And if they can continue to do that throughout this third period, they could well win this hockey game. Shots on goal after 2 periods, 23-18 for Sherwood Park.
Face-off underway here in the third period, and an offside call right away.
Well, as we mentioned before, there have been quite a few offside calls in this game. The play has not had the flow that it has had in other games. It's been a little, it's been choppy.
Inside the Quebec blue line, Sherwood Park in control. They dump it in, it's off a skate in front of the net. Pass over on the far side, long shot. They make a save, rebound. A little bit too late, as the whistle had definitely gone on that play, Mike.
Well, again, it looks like number 16, Mike Teolis in the crease. He got the goal that was called back in the 1-1 tie against North Bay, and but that one was an obvious call. The whistle had gone, the puck had been tied up, and they don't complain too much on it.
Face off to the left of Goulding, comes back to the point. There's a shot by Diba, that goes wide.
The winning number for a 50-50 draw.
Over on the other side, here's Levine. He centered there right in front.
5-1-4.
And that pass by Teolis almost was knocked in. In behind the net, O'Neill. Edmonton tries to keep it in. It's called on the offside. With 59 seconds gone by in the third period.
At this time, we'd like to thank and acknowledge the steering committee for the Air Canada Cup tournament, Brian Wakelin, the vice president of the CAHA, and the members of his committee, Larry Skinner, the marketing and communications director for CAHA, Ken Meek, the manager of community affairs for Air Canada, Terry Talentino, the chairman of the organizing committee, and Harry Littner, the president of the CAHA. All of those gentlemen have done an extremely good job. They've been extremely efficient. The organization here has been top-notch.
Now Quebec coming out of their own blue line. Here's Hurto over the Edmonton blue line. He loses the puck, and it's dumped into the corner. McBride along the boards for Barker. We've got an Edmonton player hurt on the play, Mike, as he was taken into the boards heavily. If we could back that one up, we could see exactly what happened. I heard a noise, and I didn't quite see what happened along those boards.
Darren McBride is down. He received a very, very heavy hit from number 8, Sean Clouston, who had him lined up and came in and just ran him into the boards. And that was an extremely tough check, one of the hardest checks we've seen throughout the tournament, and he appears to be in pain. Possibly he has the wind knocked out of him. I'm sure that's what it is. He came right up against the boards. He was extended. The trainer's there working on him now, and he's not moving. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get a replay of that, but there it comes now. Now watch, here it is just behind the play. Number 8 has him lined up, and pow, right into the board. So the recipient of one of the hardest checks so far in this tournament. Number 8 for Lac St. Louis, Eric Legros.
Still down on the ice. McBride. No, he hasn't moved too much yet, Mike.
Well, they're waving the other players back a little bit, trying to give him a little bit of room. They're scraping some ice in there now. Perhaps he is cut. It looks like he does have a cut of some kind. They're putting the hard pack snow and ice on, appears to be up by his face area. A little movement there now. Let's hope that he's all right. Getting his knees up, he could have the wind knocked out of him as well. It was a punishing check. He was lined up and right into the boards.
It sure was, Mike.
Shot of the spectators as they give a big hand to him as he's back on his. Well, he's sitting up now. He looks to be okay. Also, we'd like to acknowledge at this time the working committee, who each one has done an excellent job. Hard work, a lot of volunteer work. Merle Dickerson, the mayor of North Bay, Pete Palangio, Larry Skinner, Terry Talentino, Jim Kelly, Joe Gotti, Doug Philippot, Jim Aspen, and then the media people who have worked so hard to bring this coverage to you: Clancy McDonald, Sal Valad, Del Pidgeon, Julie Fink, George Vallon, Mike Reynolds, who has been in charge of the transportation services. He's had to ferry hockey players back and forth. He's taken a few players up to the hospital for treatment. He has worked very unselfishly throughout this whole tournament. Very late nights, 2 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning, driving people around, and he and his committee have done an outstanding job. Dave Sad, Technical Services, Dick Prescott in charge of programming, Bill Eisen, the opening and closing ceremonies. The opening ceremonies were just exceptionally well run, and I'm sure the closing ceremonies will be too.
Back to the play-by-play action. Here's Herbers in behind the net, dumps it up to center ice. Back into the Quebec zone. After it, there goes Sven. He is taken out heavily behind the net. Now it's kept in by Herbers. Herbers, weak shot. They try and deflect it, and it's going to go over the glass, Mike, and puck thrown back on the ice by a generous spectator.
Very nice. Also, I'd like to add thanks to Shirley Brown in charge of protocol, Stu Morgan, who's in charge of the banquet. All of the boys will be treated to an awards banquet this evening, and they all deserve to be there, and I'm sure they'll all have a very enjoyable time. So thanks to Stu Morgan for his organizational efforts there. John Loyce, decorations, and Scotty O'Connell in charge of keeping the facilities and the ice here. The ice has been very well decorated, and our congratulations to Scotty on a job well done.
Now Edmonton pressing again in the Quebec zone. Now they come away. Here's Anderson, a long shot, easy save, and O'Neill is check that. Sorry about that. That is Mr. Goulding. Wrong goalie, wrong end.
McKinley is back in nets.
What are these guys doing to us here, man?
Well, I think they gave Brad Goulding a chance to play. He's played well for them, rather, and he deserves that opportunity. And that was a very nice gesture on the part of the coaching staff to let him get in for that second period, and he did play well for them. McKinley back between the pipes for the third period action.
Now here we go, back into the Quebec zone. After it goes Diba. He's along the boards having some difficulty. They've got a man loose in front of the net, and they can't get a pass to him. Comes back to the point. Hard shot right on! And that deflection by Spink, Mike, didn't miss by very much.
Very close. The hard-working player, Doug Picknell, number 18, really set that play up in the corner. He appeared to get something caught on his skate. He couldn't keep his balance. He was falling down. He was struggling, and he still managed to get the puck back to the point. Now watch the work in the corner. Back to the point. The hard shot deflected. Now there's that key that we were talking about earlier. That shot coming in from the point nice and low, and the deflection almost resulting in the goal, but it did not. 17 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in third period action.
There's another shot off his stick into the corner. Pinching in, a nice play there by Warinka. He can't keep it in now. Quebec coming away 3-on-1, and that's what happens when that defenseman cuts in. Now there's Teolis all alone. Oh, what a save by McKinley on a 3-on-none. So McKinley coming up big, and Teolis again having his difficulties.
I hope we can get a replay of that one, Bob. That was just an incredible stroke of bad luck or bad play, one or the other.
On the part of Quebec, but a good play on the part of Edmonton, we're sure, as McKinley guessed right, and he robbed Teolis and crew.
Well, Mike Teolis has played an outstanding tournament. He gets the puck, and he's all alone. There's 2 on, nobody, and McKinley the only man back. Mike Teolis looked like he hesitated. He wasn't sure whether he should pass or shoot. Now watch the 2 Quebec players. Mike Teolis has the puck. He has the open man. He elects to shoot, and McKinley playing the angle very, very well. The Quebec coaching staff, they're shaking their heads on the bench on that play. Teolis getting the break again. Another 2-on-1.
They score!
No mistake. No mistake
this time, Michael, he gets it.
Well, he showed no hesitation on that part, and there is a Quebec player down by the bench. I'm not sure exactly what happened behind the play. We can't quite see it. Watch Teolis come in just on the glove side. He had McKinley going across the net, and he fired it into the corner. An excellent play by Teolis, who showed absolutely no hesitation.
We might say, Mike, that Quebec was very lucky that the referee did not look back, because the man was on the ice, and I'm sure he would have blown the play down.
Well, that's true. It was a Quebec player who was injured. You can see him lying on the ice again. We're not sure exactly what happened. It was behind our camera angle, and he appears to be in considerable pain down there.
Well, Mike, I think when you get tired, you're a little more prone to being hurt. These boys are definitely tired. They've had a long 4 days, 6, 7 games now, I believe, for this team, these two teams, and it takes a lot out of you.
And it's not just the physical tiredness. Even though they are physically tired, they're younger, but the mental strain, the tension, the hard work on the spirit, where every game is so important. The Quebec players won one tie against North Bay, a pressure-filled game, and absolutely a real strain had to be put on those players there. And again, their loss 7-4 against the Notre Dame squad had to take a lot out of them. But he's back on the bench. He's all right.
So, interesting development. We are tied up at 2 apiece. Teolis getting the equalizer. Now, Edmonton, a hard shot. I think that was Finn taking that shot, and O'Neill had to make a good save. Now a little shot dumped in. Away comes Edmonton. They can't pick it up. Whittam gives it away. Now they close in right in front of that. Oh, what a save! And O'Neill has Whittam set up his teammate beautifully. Now Quebec coming back. Action picking up after that tying goal. Teolis sets it right in front. And Lapointe couldn't dip it in. At center ice. Pass goes astray, and Quebec dumps it back in for Ian Storch behind his own net. Kicks it up along the boards. Has it taken away. Now they're closing it again. Buck sitting there. Into the corner. Comes back to the point to Diba. Shot. Nice save. There by Spink. And it's dumped in again. In behind the net. Comes out to center ice. And it's Diba over on the other side for Flannett. He steps in, large shot. That's going to go high over the glass. And action picking up a little bit here, Mike.
Well, that's a little bit more like it, Bob. The teams are starting to skate, starting to open up, end-to-end action. Both teams getting good scoring chances. And that's what the fans came here to see. A little bit more life now. You can hear the fans in the background chanting and cheering. Numbers growing a little bit as people come in a little bit early to catch the end of this game and prepare for the final game to take place later on today. Notre Dame, Saskatchewan against North Bay, Pine Hill in the final for the hockey supremacy, midget hockey supremacy in Canada.
Backhand pass to the Edmonton blue line. Comes back to center ice, and they start away. Edmonton, another player hurt at number 11. I guess, no, it must be number 12. Mike Levine, I think it is, who's down on the ice.
Number 12, Denny Levine. I'm not sure what happened. He may have caught a stick, but he just dropped and he lay there on the ice, not moving.
Maybe, Mike, if we could ask our wonderful technical crew to back that one up a little bit, we might be able to see what happened.
Well, possibly. There was a cluster of players around that blue line, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. He may have caught a stick.
Still,
our technical crew has
on the ice.
done a fine job so far today. They've been able to get those replays when we want them. They've done a good job. But injuries have been a factor in this game.
Yeah, Mike, there have been 4 injuries now, and more so than in any other game that I can remember this week.
And this game has not been really the physical game that we've seen so far. Now, there have been some extremely difficult, extremely hard checks. Number 8, Eric Legros, putting the hit on the on McBride in the corner. But other than that, there have not been the real hard checks that we've come to expect. It's been a cleaner game, as you mentioned before, as well. There hasn't been the stick work that we've seen so far. The referees have been right on top of things. Back on his feet, but he still looks to be in considerable pain. Favoring one leg, that's too bad. Leg injuries are serious. You hate to see that happen to a young player like that.
So he's off with a little assistance, and we are back to the play-by-play action.
Shot of the Lac St. Louis fans. You can see the distinctive Lac St. Louis jacket. I'm sure that those parents are concerned. The injury, he's staying on the bench now, though he's not going to the dressing room, so perhaps it's not quite as serious as we had at first thought.
Puck into the center ice area. Dumped down the ice. And Michael have lost McCard. close in. A shot right on. Right in front of the net, they bang away at it. And McKinley come up with a couple of good saves again. And he's going to cover up on that shot that comes in from the right point.
Well, you see Sylvain Hertel right there in the thick of things in front of the net. He was instrumental coming in from his right point side. He came in, worked around the net, did some hard work, hard digging in front of the net, and almost caused the turnover. Players really tied up. Number 4 falling on Sylvain Hertel, trying to tie him up. That's Sean Whittam, who has played a strong defensive game. 2-2. Third period action with 14 minutes and 31 seconds remaining.
Face off to the right of McKinley. Shot of the Edmonton bench, pass over on the left wing, and it's shoveled ahead for Spink, call on the offside. And Barker, Mike, almost getting in there all alone.
Well, that was an extremely close play at the blue line. Linesman Scott Hancock right there to make the call. He had no hesitation. He called the offside right away. You can see behind the Quebec bench, number 12, Denny Leving. He's up. He's moving around. He looks to be still in considerable pain. The trainer's still with him. Hopefully he will see action before this game is over.
Now puck comes back to the Quebec blue line. They deflect it. It's into the Edmonton zone. After it goes Spink. Up along the boards. Quebec keeps it in. They still fight for it. Now play a little scrambly. The Quebec players have 2 men in near the Edmonton goal. Over the blue line. And along the boards. Spink taken out of the play. Comes back. Edmonton shovel it over on this side. Nobody there. Now Anderson. Pass for McLean. He's dumps it ahead over the blue line. Quebec closing in. And Edmonton coming back, and a pass just off the stick of Reach. Call back on the icing call.
No, Bob, this is one of the first times in the history of the Air Canada Cup that a Quebec team has not been represented in the final game, in the championship game. They are here in the consolation final, and they worked hard. And it's by a very, very narrow margin that they are not in that final. I'd like to mention at this time the Dartmouth squad, they were eliminated early from the round-robin play. They finished with only the 1 tie, but they played well. It was a learning experience for them. They don't have a triple hockey system such as the one established in North Bay by Don Turcotte, and I'm sure that they are going to establish just such a system, and they'll be stronger. They can only get stronger as the years go on.
And a pass over on the far side. Here comes Teolis, ever dangerous. Oh, he's not going to be dangerous for a minute or two on that check. He gets up, he's fine, and I'm sure he'll get back at whoever did that.
Number 14, David Reach, really laid the body onto him on the boards, but Mike Teolis, a very strong, versatile player. He's up and skating well again. He's got the puck now on the side.
Now the puck off a skate. Edmonton coming back. There's Herbers. He fan on it. Goes it in. Scores! Oh, did he pick that right-hand side? Right in off the post, Mike, and he made a mistake. He lost the puck going around a defenseman. He fooled the defenseman, and we'll see it here.
It may have worked to his advantage. The defenseman was fooled as well. Now watch the shot. From that angle, you can see he only had a space of about, well, the width of the puck to put it in the net. Just off that outside post. What an excellent shot by Ian Hebers, who has had a fine tournament and caps it off by putting his team into the lead 3-2 with only 12 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the third period.
Oh, could be a costly goal for Quebec. Now they're going to have to turn on the burners if they hope to score here and tie this game up. Edmonton getting a very important goal. Buck kept in the Quebec zone for Whittam. He dumps it over on the other side, and Legros. Here comes Eric Latreille, a pass over for Horto. Shot, that's wide. Comes all the way back for the goal. They center in front of the net. Hurto. They shot. It goes wide off a player. In front of the net again. They bang away at it. Now Quebec is just doing that. They're turning on the power. Backhand shot, and McKinley kicked it out. Back to the point again. Shot. Stopped out of defense. Comes back again. That time, a nice play by number 4, Innes, to stop that shot away. Shot wide. Now Quebec is firing it in. Mike, I will. There's a good play. One of the number 4, Innes, I'm sure, was hurt on that. He took that shot right about the knee area, Mike.
That's the second shot he blocked. He got the first one on his skate, but it wasn't a very difficult shot. And that one, as you say, just took him behind the knee, and he's down, and he is in pain. I can relate to what he's going through. I've played defense, and those low shots coming in really hurt, especially as we get older.
I can remember playing defense too, Mike, but I was a chicken.
I watched this shot as he comes in. He'll get it on the back of the leg. I believe it's too. You couldn't quite see it from that angle, but you could see his arms there. He's holding his leg and moving on the ice in a great deal of pain. Players on the bench up, concerned. Another player down to injury. They've tough luck for the Edmonton squad as far as injuries have been concerned. They've really been punished throughout this tournament. The training staff has had a busy time. You see the two of them out there working on him now. But they haven't been cheap shots. No players have been injured by high sticks or other roughhousing type of incidents. They've been good clean checks or block shots and things like that. So it's been a good tournament as far as that goes. He's up on his feet, skating back to the bench, getting a big hand from the crowd here, and he deserves that. Hard work on his part. So number 4, Jimmy Innes, back to the bench, all right.
And he'll have a extra souvenir, I'm sure, in the form of a bruise to remember this Air Canada Consolation final.
He'll certainly remember that one at the awards banquet tonight. I'm sure that he'll be feeling the effects of that once the adrenaline has moved out of the system a little bit after this game is over.
So 3-2, 11:30. Quebec now putting on the pressure. It's in the Edmonton zone. They try and clear it out. Can't. Quebec in control again. Here comes McKay. He's trying to center it. It comes right in front. And the defense bang away at it again. And a good save there by number 9, Barker, as he got in the way of that shot. Now Quebec in their own zone. Number 2, Storch, committed himself and almost cost number 3 on 2. Now comes out to center ice. Back for Frenette. It's up ahead for Randy McKay. He can't get anywhere. McLean again. Terry McLean. It sits on the blue line. Edmonton, a good pass over here, just a little bit of head. Now Barker taking down the play. I'm sure he'll be happy to get a face-off, but the puck comes loose. And is dumped over on the other side. Pinching in. Good play there by the Edmonton defense. In along the boards. Try and center it out. It's in behind the net. Now Edmonton starting to come alive again. Quebec breaking away. Number 7, McBride, broke up that play. Comes outside the blue line and back to Darryl Frenette. 10 minutes now left in the third period. And behind the net, they bang away at number 16. Gilmore almost put that one in from behind the net. Pierce forechecking. Now Quebec in control again. They lose it in their own zone. Here's Pierce. Taking in along the boards. Edmonton now tying up Quebec again in their own zone. They give it away, and Edmonton closing it right in front of the net. Pierce. Oh, what an opportunity, and he couldn't get a shot away. Comes back to the point. Herbers. Charging on Anderson, Mike, and if we could get a look at it, he went into Herbers, and Herbers never moved. He just, Big Ian just kind of stood there and took the check from Anderson and didn't seem to phase on him too much at all. And there you see a television camera being set up for the game this afternoon.
It would be nice to see that check, a hard check. He took a real run at him, and he's gone for 2 minutes, so the first power play opportunity of the third period goes to the Edmonton Sherwood Park squad, who were all over Quebec in their own zone. Forechecking again.
So, play underway, so we've got a power play and a good opportunity for Edmonton to perhaps put this game out of reach with 9 minutes left to go. Pass. Over. In over the blue line. Here comes Saskatchewan. High shot for Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, good defensive play by number 8, Eric Legros, getting his stick on that puck to deflect it over the glass. Edmonton has had, well, this is their second power play opportunity of this game, and they have not been very strong on the power play so far. They have not had the good scoring chances. They seem to generate more chances when they're forechecking and forcing the other team in their zone rather than when they're controlling the play.
So Edmonton in control. In behind the net is Pierce. Pierce keeps it. Gets it back to the point, and it's outside the blue line. Rinka had to be careful. Now he's going to cut in. He'll dump it over. Back for Rinka. Now Edmonton having some trouble getting organized. It's in behind the net. They center it right in front. And that was a kind of a bad pass, Mike. There was a man in between him and the man in front of the net.
Again, you're right. It's a mistake. They've got to get that shot coming in from the point. Jeff Pierce doing his job standing right in front of the net. Sven coming in front of the net. The point men have to get the clear shot away. Oh, a giveaway.
Penalty coming up for slashing. That's going to even it up, Mike. And I don't know. I guess it was a good penalty. The man might have broken in, but that evens things up, and that kind of takes away the Edmonton advantage, and Quebec is going to have a man advantage for 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll clear it up very quickly. Comes back in front of the net, and taken down in front of that shot. Goes wide on a hard check at the blue line, prevented that shot from going in. Now Quebec with him. Dumped into the corner. Over on the other side, deflected wide and high. Now the penalty to Quebec is over, and they'll have a man advantage for the next minute, 15 seconds now. Dumped down the ice. Oh, that bounced over the stick of O'Neill, Mike, and it could have been dangerous. 1 minute left in the power play. Quebec behind by 1 goal. His score is 3-2 here with 7 minutes now left to go in the game. In regulation time, we should say. Possibility of overtime always hanging over us. Over on the other side, there's a man in front of the net. And stopped out of defense. Another shot. Oh, hard shot that time. Now Edmonton in control. 40 seconds left on the power play. Good play as they rag it up. They got hit somebody along the bench, Michael.
Did you hear the crash of that puck hitting the helmets? That was not intentional. He would rather have had the puck go along the boards into the Quebec zone to slow play down a little bit. But Quebec getting those good shots from the point. Nice hard shots. That one was deflected. It just didn't go near the net. But that's the type of shot that you want. 6 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the third period. 37 seconds remaining in the penalty to Edmonton.
Puck dumped down into Quebec zone. 6 minutes, 30 seconds now left in the third period. Weak shot dumped in, and after it goes Norton. And Norton, I haven't heard that name too much today, Mike.
No, he's seen action out there. He has been playing on the line with Pierce and Sven, so he's set them up a little bit. He's worked hard, but you're right, Bob. We haven't heard his name very much. Michael O'Neill making a little bit of an error there as he dumped the puck off beside the net. Norton right there ready to pick it up. Jeff Sven on the ice. He's seen double duty today.
Now Quebec, Diba over center ice. 8 seconds left in the penalty to Edmonton. Puck along the boards. And now they come back again. Now the Edmonton penalty is over. Call back for icing. 6 minutes and 1 second. 1 second left in the third period.
It's for fans in Quebec, was it not?
Well, Mike, we do wish we had a bilingual announcer here for them. Certainly would be nice. We apologize for the situation, but I guess an English game is better than no game at all.
Well, I would agree. And if we have mispronounced any of the names, we apologize again. Face off deep in the Edmonton Sherwood Park zone.
There's a good block shot by number 16, Gilmore, and Quebec buzzing around that Edmonton net again. Kept in. Now Edmonton dumps it out to center ice, Mike, and they're just trying to dump it out at every opportunity, and that may cost them as Quebec is pressing more and more all the time.
Well, it certainly could be costly. Quebec knows how to score goals. They can put the puck in the net very quickly.
Now they're closing in a hard shot. That goes wide in behind the net. Comes back to the point. Thibodeau. Shot. They bang away. It's loose in front of the net. That's in the crease and Edmonton clears it away. Puck along the net. Along the boards and in behind the Quebec net. 5 minutes now remaining in the third period. Lac St. Louis breaking away. Page dumps it in, easy shot, and you know that McKinley is going to cover up on every opportunity he can have now. Mike?
Well, Bob, you can see the momentum start to swing here as the Sherwood Park squad is starting. It appears as if they're starting to sit back on that lead a little bit, and they can't do that. They have to continue to do what they've done throughout the last two games, and that's forecheck, press Quebec in their own zone, make them turn the puck over. If they allow Quebec to come out and get those 3-on-1s, there's the chance. It's in the net.
A score!
Well, an example right there of a giveaway. Number 4 for Quebec right there. Sean Whittam, a strong game. Gets the puck on his back end, and it's in the net, all tied up. Now watch Whittam. He's the key in front of the net. He gets the puck on the back end. There he is, number 4 in front. Takes his time. Waits for the goaltender to go down to his knees to commit himself. In the net, in. The Edmonton Sherwood Park squad really can't let up. A let up, as we mentioned, is going to be costly, and it certainly was on that occasion.
So back at center ice. That certainly changes things around here with 4 minutes left to go. And that may give Quebec the impetus they need to pick them up a little bit. Now Edmonton coming back again. 2-on-2. Here's Pierce. Pierce going in. And he and Sven couldn't connect. Edmonton gives it away. Teolis now coming away. Teolis in along the boards. They center right in front. Oh, shot just wide of the corner. Back for the point. Right in front of the net. Oh, shot over top of the net. So Quebec coming close, putting on the pressure. Puck dumped down to center ice. Sven after it. It's in behind the net and picked up there by Scott White. In front of his own net. Dangerous move. Long pass. Teolis taken down on the play and a little bit of a, what do you call that, a swan?
But an 8.2, but it wasn't effective this time. As referee Jack Smith right there saw that play all the way. Mike Teolis instrumental in the forechecking and getting that goal by Whittam. Whittam scored the goal at the 15-minute, 5-second mark. Teolis picked up the assist, as did Legros. Eric Legros has been a power for Quebec throughout this tournament. He scored 2 goals the other night and had an assist, and he picks up an assist in this game.
Oh, Quebec now breaking out of their own zone. Puck tied up. Man following on a trail, couldn't pick it up. It's Frenette over to the other side. There's a grab. Referee is certainly not going to call anything, Mike, unless you said short of manslaughter in a situation like this.
Well, it's a tough position to be in. There's no question about that. Manslaughter does sound a tad extreme.
I think you used that quote, didn't you?
I hope not.
Pass on the other side, just out of the reach, and it sits there in front of the goal again. Comes back to Frenette. 3 minutes now left to go. Regulation time. Here comes Frenette for Quebec. Over the blue line. They try to center in front, and Morelli's there to dump it in the corner. Kicked ahead. Here comes Spink. Spink, long pass. Over on the other side for Picknell. He's taken out. Gets it back again. Trying to center in front. They bang all alone. Oh, he shot it wide. And what a chance for Sven. They bang score!
Number 18, Scott White, all alone out in front. Jeff Sven doing all of the hard work there. Getting that one good scoring opportunity. Putting it behind the net. Getting his own shot. Coming back, dumping it in front. Now watch Sven. He'll get the puck here. Just wide, but he goes right around the net. Picks up the puck out in front to number 18, who makes no mistake. In the net. 4-3 with only 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the game. That's got to be a big lift to the Edmonton squad. The Quebec's team had been coming around. The momentum had shifted, but the quick goal by Edmonton, as we said, a 4-3 lead for the Edmonton Sherwood Park squad.
Well, our friends and neighbors, Vince Calichuri and John McClellan up here with us. This may be the last 2 minutes of our game, and we're going to try and give credit to the many people who've helped us here in this hockey game.
Some of the people who have made the Air Canada Cup so successful, besides Cable 12, honorable mention should go to the awards committee, including Peter Randall, George Ringler, Danny Wilkes, and Bob Dubois. Equipment room headed by Fini DeTilio, and plus fellow employees of Bell Canada. The rink coordinator, Sal Valad, and Don Brown. The officials in all of the hockey, there were 8 minor officials and 16 major officials. And of course the announcer who did all the announcing of goals and assists throughout the tournament, Charlie Hebert from Sturgeon Falls. Timekeepers and scorekeepers, Russ McParlin and Wayne Wink. Assistants, Wendy Brown and Bob Kenton, and Andrew DeZormo. And Bob, I'll take a break here and let's get back to the action.
All right, Mike, or John, it is action. There you get into a habit, eh? It is action in behind the Quebec net. It's up for Lapointe. He tried to get away. Now Edmonton really fired up and they're banging them along the boards. Little shovel pass in. In behind the net. Comes up to the point. Kept in. 1 minute left in the game. A rebound and almost score. It comes back to the point. For Herbers. Into the corner and behind the net. They center in front again. And away comes Lapointe. Lapointe has got Teolis. Teolis, dangerous. In along the board, he's taken out of the play heavily. 45 seconds left. We were going to mention all the credits on the air, but we'll have to wait till the end of the game because now we've got a break. Take it away, Vince Calichuri.
Okay, let's thank all the people at McLean Hunter first, Roger Cross, Steve Newman, James Lamb, Jack Hill, and John DeYoung. Our commentators, Robert Obey, Mike Richey, and yours truly, John McClellan, Ron Somerville, Ron Grease, Craig Wadwell. And here are the technical people, Donald Emmett, Sylvie Bergeron, John Barrero, Brian Ferron, Jerry Filipoff, Tom Fournier, Nicole Fournier, Angie Sarasano, Leslie Sarasano, Cliff Frankish, Lorraine Hart, Doug Lance, Dan Levesque, Josie Palman, Louise Renshaw, Calvin Smith, Kevin Vancourt, Ed Vitensky, Brooke Brisson, Blenda Brown, and 2 more, Joyce Cobb and George Jenkins.
Who else but Vince could have read that fast?
And Mike O'Neill is out of the net. Quebec has pulled their goaltender with only 37 seconds remaining. They've got their top players out there. Number 7 ready to take the draw. Terry McLean, he's been a powerhouse. We'll see what he can do on this draw.
From the face-off, into Quebec, a backhand shot. It bounces away. Edmonton trying to clear it out. They can't get it out. It's into the corner. Nice play there by the defenseman. Now they may get it out. No, they lose it again. It's in the corner. Comes back to the point. Shot. Good save. The rebound. They score!
Randy McKay in front of the net ties it up. Good hard work by Quebec. Pulling the goaltender Mike O'Neill has paid off. You can see a shot of the Quebec stands. Look at the replay. McKay coming right in over here. We'll see, keep your eye on number 17. He'll move in front of the net. There's number 22, Anderson. And McKay, the shot in the net. Number 17. Good play. The Quebec fans are just going crazy over there. Standing up, the Quebec flag is waving all around. The fans are chanting. What a finish, Bob.
Well, Mike, it gives Quebec another lease on life as they were almost out of it with 18 seconds to go. This 4th place Edmonton team has given them an awful run for their money today, and no one thought that it was going to be that way. Now, with 9 seconds left, here's Edmonton closing in again, and Quebec coming away, 4 seconds. That's going to be the end of regulation time. The shot close over the top of the net, and we're going to have an overtime period. I think we'll get right into it. It's tied up at 4 apiece. And Mike, we're going to have a 10-minute overtime period. It is not sudden victory. If after that time it's tied up, we are going to then go into a sudden victory. But we're going to play 10 minutes of straight overtime with a 2-minute rest right now.
Now we could read those credits in slow motion so that we can... But yeah, the teams have a 2-minute rest. The clock has already started on that 2 minutes, and at the end of that 2-minute time, they will play one 10-minute overtime period. Regardless of what team scores first, it's still a complete full 10 minutes of overtime. And the Quebec team has to be on a high after getting that goal late in the period. The goal was scored by number 17, Randy McKay. Number 14, Paget was given the assist, as well as McLean, who got the face-off and did the hard work on the draw.
How about the final game, Mike? Your comments of Pine Hill and Saskatchewan Notre Dame. That should be a tough one.
Oh, it certainly should. I certainly hope that North Bay can pull it out, but that's speaking from the heart. Both teams are very evenly matched, and they play a very similar style of play. Vince, their defensemen are the keys. Number 21, O'Connor, played an outstanding game in the game that they played yesterday, and they'll be counting on him from the blue line. Bywater, a key player for North Bay. Goaltending, I think, might decide it. It'll come right down to how hot the goaltenders are. Crozier has been outstanding, but then 3 shutouts for Notre Dame loom fairly large.
Well, I'd hate to break up the action right here, but there are a number of people who really deserve a lot of credit here in Air Canada Cup, and I'll continue with people who made the job here at Cable 12 a lot easier. The people in the statistics department, including Pete Hanley, Jared Desormo, Ruth Turner, and the very multi-talented Kevin Marks. The referee coordinator, Jack, welcome. And finally, honorable mention should go to the North Bay Ambulance Association, their members who provided first aid throughout the tournament.
Also like to thank the arena staff for making our job easier, letting us go wherever we want to go. All the press lounge area, Doug Philpott, and the rest of the media here in the city.
And while we're at it, let's not forget the billeting families, the families of North Bay who have opened up their homes to these boys who are coming in. We've been talking to some of the players, and all of them have said how much they enjoyed the hospitality of North Bay, how much they've enjoyed the billets that they've shared. They've really had some good times here in North Bay, so a big congratulations and a warm thank